Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Oh my goodness, the bricks are falling out. The bricks are falling out. Okay, I did a live stream yesterday, and a lot can happen in 24 hours. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering why my thumbnail. You're like, hey, Big Girl Diary, you got Marilyn Manson and Esme Bianco, then you got the royal family, then you got Kamala Harris. Yes, because they all sort of mesh together in a smorgasbord type of way. Yes, they do. Oh, my goodness. Oh, if you wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me back up. I got a lot of stuff going through here, and I want to get it out in order. Okay. Let me start with Esme Bianco and Marilyn Manson before I go into my order of succession because, oh my goodness, look, royals, if you think you're going to throw Prince Harry under the bus and not include the crown prince that will be king and not show him, um, I'm going to show him. But Esme Bianco. All right, Esme. Did you run out of money? Did you run out of money? Is that why you want Marilyn Manson incarcerated? Now, about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I've been following the Johnny Depp trial. And then all this stuff came out about Marilyn Manson as the Johnny Depp trial ended. Then all of this about Marilyn Manson came out. Now, I don't know whether if Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard sort of put their two brains together through some type of wire going back and forth using the same goodness, what is it called? Oh goodness, the same brain juice. Because it was a disaster for the both of them. But then Evan Rachel Wood had her wing women go after Marilyn Manson. Now, it is easy to go after Marilyn Manson due to his, how can I say, his on stage persona. As you see, he wears a little wild stuff because he's a shock rocker, and he does shock people. He shocked me. But this woman right here, Esme Bianco, she's back at it again because she sued him. She sued him saying that he did all of these things to her. Now, a lot of it was very hard to believe because she said that he car trafficked her. Now, I'm not sure if we all have an understanding of what car trafficking is. I thought that once you got to the destination that you were going to be used in a manner to which other people will jump in on a situation. But she said that she was car trafficked, and as I looked into it, I looked through the court case, and then I start looking into federal law because I'm like, something doesn't make sense. You were modeling in Asia land, and you're married, so you're going back and forth between Thailand and England for your modeling, and you're doing this, right, Esme? Then somehow Marilyn Manson learns about her or you. And then because you do burlesque and what is it called? Modern courtesan type of work. So it wasn't like that you were not a stranger to the things that you were accusing him of. And I swear, um, I think you were hanging out with him. That's what I believe. Look, look, don't shoot the messenger. No. But it was so outrageous. And then it got to the point to where she, how can I say? She went to the California along with Evan Rachel Wood. In case if you don't know who she is, let me pull her up. Okay, her over here. The next one with all the colors on is her girlfriend, um, Ilma Gore. But she came up with all this stuff, saying that he did this, and tried to change California law called the Phoenix Rising Act. Now that right there was shot down because Senator Rubio did not do the basic investigation. Now the women who were truly having these issues, right? They fell under the bus due to those two doilies, her, Esme Bianco, because she was there, and Evan Rachel Wood. I don't have a single picture of her, but so she sued him. And the first time they booted it out saying, no, this does not arise to any occasion of having good standing. You don't have good standing, so bye. Without prejudice, right? Then she comes back because without prejudice means that you could come back. She came back and sued again. So sometimes, it's better just to get rid of a person because they're going to continuously sue. And there's no amount of time that you can civilly sue someone. You can sue them 50, 60, 70, 80 times, and they'll keep on coming back over and over and over again until they get what they want. Now, Marilyn saw the writing on the wall, say, look, I didn't do this. I'm just sort of, okay, do it like this. Marilyn Manson was saying, look, I didn't do this, Esme. I didn't do it. You're doing this for your friend, Evan Rachel Wood, because I didn't marry her. I dealt with a whole lot of BS, Esme. But however, I loved her anyway. But I got tired. So now I'm with my wife, and now you're suing me. You are suing me for all of this stuff that you know isn't true. How much do you want? How much? So he settled, gave her money, and it was under no wrongdoing. Now, some people said, oh, well, he did it because he paid her. No. Sometimes you simply have to draw the line and pay somebody, even though you know you didn't do anything wrong, but you want to get rid of them because they won't stop. Now, Esme Bianco went through all of that money that she got for Game of Thrones. And I think she was there for a quarter of a season, and then her character was gone. She had nothing else going on. That's why she sued. Okay. One could assume that's why she sued. Now, after all that right there, right? Now she's back at it again. This woman doesn't stop. She's broke. And I don't know if her and her boyfriend are still together. I mean, because she requires a certain lifestyle, right? You have some people that reach to a certain height, status, and like that status, and want to continue that status because she got that job. It was through um one could say it was through Marilyn Manson because he had, connections big in the industry, and she came and she did a music video with him, and it was more towards what she did. He hired her because she was a burlesque dancer, like I said, a modern courtesan, and some other avenues she was into besides modeling and acting and music. So he hired her for that. Now, I don't know how that led into a relationship and her saying that he H car trafficked her. Now, when you're H car trafficked, unless if things have changed in what people do when they're H car trafficked, that they don't go out and go to work and fly different places outside of the country and then come back and you're H car trafficked. I mean, really? I mean, help me out here. Am I wrong in saying that that's where he held her around other people? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to help me out here. This is what Esme Bianco was saying. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Ashley Smith line. I'm sorry. I meant to take that up. Not there. I'm sorry. That was Ashley Smith line. My bad. Forgive me. But she said all those things. Now, check this out. I got to share this. Because you can't. Some things you simply just cannot make. Oh, is that? Okay. Now here. No, not this one. Now she's blaming, Esme Bianco is blaming, she says that DA Garcon ignored her claims about Marilyn Manson. I think you're barking up the wrong tree. This is why I say that. Because of her. She was the Attorney General of California. And before that, she was the District Attorney of LA. She was those things. And she allowed this guy to run wild in California. I'm not going to talk about Florida. I'm not going to talk about New York. I'm not even going to talk about Georgia. I'm just going to simply talk about California. Now, she's saying that he did all these things and everything that was done to her was well, number one, she didn't file a police report until 2011. Now, she could have done something before that when Kamala Harris was district attorney and then the attorney general. She did none of those things. She had star power. She had that going. She had some star power. Evan Rachel Wood also did too, but did none of those things at all. I mean, it's, and I'm going to leave it right there. Now, some were saying, well, Marilyn Manson had protection from his billionaire friends. He had protection from Ye West. He had protection from the people that he was hanging around. But no. Kanye West was out there saying, hey, P. Diddy is a Fed. He's saying all these things. I'm deviating a little bit to prove my point. So now she's blaming, what's his name? D.A. Gascon. Now, here she's saying that the Game of Thrones actress Esme Bianco lashes out. And this right here is recent. Like I said, a lot can happen in 24 hours, or shall I say 72 hours, right? Now, this is new. Uh-oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay. Lashed out at the L.A. District Attorney George Gascon Thursday, saying that he ignored her request to meet with him and failed to make a timely decision whether to prosecute the rock star Marilyn Manson over her claims that she was sexually abused by the musician. Now, look, this woman needs money. This right here is a money move. She needs money because after suing Marilyn Manson twice, then she wants to go to Canada and get with some other musicians. I mean, do you think that they want to touch her with a rhinoceros tallywhacker? Diseased one? No. No one's going to touch her, especially when Marilyn Manson did not do the things that she claimed that he did. And if you look through her declaration, it's like, no, take a look at it. Read it for yourself. Matter of fact, go back 2 years ago, year and a half ago, I did videos on it. I don't believe it. Now, I'm not saying that women are not abused. No, I'm not saying that. They are. I'm saying that that woman was not abused. That's what I'm saying. And the fact that oh man, it's messy. It is so messy. But let me get back to this. So here, on Thursday, dozens of prosecutors walked out of the LA Hall of Justice to stand behind Bianco. Victims have I'm sorry, have to be treated with dignity, and part of their and part of that is bringing charges in a timely manner. Well, okay, I do agree. I do agree with bringing things in a timely manner. Most definitely. She did not. As a matter of fact, she said in an interview that it took her 7 years to realize that doing was being abused. I mean, what were you into, Esme? I mean, look, I don't know what to say. But what were you into? I mean, I'm not laughing, but it is like, wow. Now, I agree that there are some people that have a horrific childhood and then they get with another person that adds on to the trauma that they occurred when they were young. So then sifting through that, oh, okay, all right, I suffered from that then when I was young, and now that I'm older, I suffered through the same thing. Okay, he abused me. All right, now you left your husband. You were married and you took up with another man in public and didn't divorce your husband until, and you won't even talk about that. You that right there, you leave behind. It's like, oh, I'm not touching that. But then you accuse Marilyn Manson of these horrific crimes. But let me go back to the article. And here she says, I am one of over a dozen of women who've had come forwardly publicly at immense personal risk to provide evidence that how Marilyn Manson had sexually assaulted them. And the actress said at a news conference outside of the district attorney at LA headquarters, and we are still waiting for an answer. Now, this is what she's not saying. She's not saying that it was already investigated. The charges were already investigated by the police, LA police. It was already investigated through what was it, the FBI? Nothing. And she's still going on with it. Now, the fact that I find it interesting that when Marilyn Manson sued his ex-girlfriend, Evan Rachel Wood, for defamation, so some parts of it was thrown out, but now he's coming back like, wait a minute, no. You see, FBI, fake FBI letter. You got her and her friends doing the Phoenix Rising a documentary. She thought she was going to make billions out of it. Look at her family and what they said about her. I mean, come on now. But Esme Bianco is back on it again. Esme, you might want to stop, because you're making it very, very difficult for women who have gone through what you're going through. I mean, look, P. Diddy. Now, what you accuse Marilyn Manson of doing, that's more so of a P. Diddy thing. Now, were you hanging out with P. Diddy and you were a part of it? Or were you a victim of it? And you're better off focusing on Marilyn Manson, saying that, well, Esme was fooling around with P. Diddy in whichever way that was, but you want to point at Marilyn Manson saying that he did it. P. Diddy would make more sense, okay? Heck, Garth Brooks would make more sense. And I'm digging up information on that. Woo! Garth Brooks makes P. Diddy look like a prairie dog. Who knew it got worse than P. Diddy? Well, actually, Jay-Z. He's okay. Oh, before I go any further, while we're on a Marilyn Manson thing, I came across this. This portrait this woman had on Instagram, but I found it on X, and I asked her if I was able to use it. And if you just look at this, and this came out around the time when Marilyn Manson was going through everything, and if you just take a look at it, I swear, Marilyn Manson, if you look down at the bottom toward the center, that looks like Evan Rachel Wood with short hair. And as you go through it, you can kind of identify people. I think the one with the blonde hair with their arms standing up, I think that might be Ilma Gore. I'm not quite sure, but I thought that was very timely. But let me give you her Instagram page because she most definitely deserves. And I told her that whenever I bring it up, I would show. Her name is Anastasia ASAP, right? And she has excellent work. You got to go through it, and as you can see it right there. And I thought it was interesting because she says the attempt of the painful red rum is taking place right next to us, bullying the man whose music saved lives from self-deletion. We are people, therefore, we shan't turn our backs on him. Despite the anti-progressive fashion, the humanity has been moving towards the reason of humanity for so long time. So she most definitely has put that information out, and I just want to make sure that I give her credit. I want to make sure that I give her credit, and whenever I show that, so check her out on Instagram and also on X. She fights for Marilyn Manson, so check her out. Hit her up on IG and also X right there. I just want to make sure that I said that. So Esme Bianco is back at it, and she's back at it. I thought that was done. No, I thought long and thought wrong. Now, here, let me show you another one because I thought this was interesting. Oh no. Okay, let me try that again. Where is it at? All right. Now this is Vulture. So here, she's Esme Bianco says that she's won over a dozen women who've had come forward publicly with immense personal risk to provide evidence about how much Marilyn Manson has sexually assaulted them. Bianco said, per Deadline. We are all still waiting for an answer. The previous night, Gascon's office released a statement saying that it would continue reviewing the case against Manson, claiming new evidence has emerged within the last few weeks. Bianco called it a personal or a political move. Not until he knew I would stand up and publicly demand answers while sharing the podium with his political opponent, but he tried to offer some explanation. She said Bianco also claimed that Gascon has refused to meet with her. So it's quite interesting. I thought I wanted to say that right there. As far as the new evidence, that's quite interesting. What new evidence? Bianco claimed that Manson first physically and sexually abused her in 2009. Now, I would have to go back into the lawsuit because there are some things I'm trying to remember. I can't recall right now. I can't quite recall right now, but it's in fact, I do remember, and I did bring this up, was that her lawyer, she was saying that she was car trafficked, right? Now, let me get rid of these two tabs right here. Let me get rid of that right there. Okay. Now she's saying that she was car trafficked. Now I find it quite interesting that she used this right here. Now it's recently updated. So trafficking, car trafficking victims prevention and protection authorization. Now here it's not what you think it is. And wait, I make that too big. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, made it too big, but it's not going. I can't slide it over. All right, so here. Okay. Programs to support young victims who are vulnerable to car trafficking. Now, this right here, you would believe that it would be for adults, right? And strictly for adults, right? But it's more so for children. But here it says the act to reauthorize, update, and expand the federal efforts to address domestic car trafficking, including to make permanent to make permanent to the U.S. Advisory Council Human H-card Trafficking Authorization, various grants, um, activities, and programs to support victims of domestic H-card trafficking. So it's expanding, but the but she's using the part that refers to children from other countries. Now she is from England. She is from England, but the part that she's using is that's why it's so hard for me to believe her. It really is. And when Alyssa Milano says believe all women, you can't. You can't because of stuff like this. You really can't. Let me go back and find the part that and here monitoring subsection C, monitoring child forced in state slave labor. I mean, it gets into a lot of stuff, and it goes into other avenues. But when you look at it, oh man, I want to make this a little bigger, but I can't. But it surrounds, you know, children, mostly children, and then it's domestic. But she wasn't domestic. And if you go back to her what is it called, declaration, you're going to see what she used the federal law back at that time, which included El Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico, and they called that the triangle, the H-card traffic triangle, to bring people into the U.S. And that's not how you came here, Bianca. I'm sorry, Esme. That's not how you came here. You came here on a plane, and you had a job, and you were acting and modeling and doing all this other stuff. I mean, I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Now, having said all that, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. Really is. It's difficult. Okay, let me let that go. Let me let that go. Now, the royal family. The royal family. Oh my goodness, where do we? I just did a live stream yesterday about the royal family, and now all this comes up. Now I gotta say, I believed Princess Catherine, Princess Kate, when they were saying that she had cancer. I believed after a while, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, what kind of cancer does she have? These a preventive chemotherapy. Who does preventive chemotherapy? I mean, we all have cancer cells. What did it's like you have to do something to enact it. Well, whatever, ever she did, or unless if Prince William is having a King Charles moment, I just want to get rid of my wife. I'm tired of her. Right? Here. Kate's cancer fakery allegations force palace media cleanup. Now, I said, what if Princess Kate had a facelift? And I did a video on it. What if she had a facelift? Because before, in December of last year, or what is it, 2024, 2022, going into 2023, let's talk about having stomach issues. But she, for her to be 40, she just looked a little bit older, just a little bit older. And after, when she made her appearance, all of a sudden, she's like, you know, and meanwhile, King Charles was saying how he was proud of her and they're facing it together. Now, they stated what type of cancer King Charles had, but Princess Kate, no one said anything about. Um it was top secret royal family information. Nothing was coming out. But now it's like, okay, when they had a day of remembrance, Prince Charles put down a wreath. I'm sorry, Prince William put down his wreath, because before it was Prince Charles and Princess Catherine. But he put it down and it only had his name. And she appeared when she wasn't invited. I'm like, oh. So who does he have in mind? And it seems like if he's going to divorce her, he better hurry up and do something. And because you can't divorce a queen. You can't. Hey, William, you chose her. Now, let me see. Let me bring this back up. And I thought that was interesting. There was something else I want to share. Oh, besides the two of them having a good laugh of everything what's going on. Oh, wow. It's like everybody. Kate Middleton wrote every word herself for cancer speech. And it's like now she's being thrown under the bus. Like I said, a lot can happen in 24 hours. And this is really going to hit her credibility. It's going to be very hard for her to regain her reputation, because the whole world was with her, and people coming out that had cancer and beat it. Like, I had 2 siblings pass away from cancer, and I take personal offense to this. Princess Kate, you just well, anyway. And they're just going in on her. Preventive chemotherapy. I mean, they are just going in, and everybody has something to say. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. So someone says, "Hello, Megan. Uh, how it's you? Uh, no, it's you spending your days on social media because you have blank all to do with this." Wow. She has nothing to do with it, and she's Duchess Megan is still, it's a mess. And you see why. Prince Harry had to get his wife out of there. He did. So now the Princess Kate thing is out, right? That's out. Now they're going to be jumping all over her now. First, it was Duchess Megan, and that was years of abuse. And you know, I find it quite interesting how the royals, and I mean the royal derangers, can focus everything wrong with the royal palace on Duchess Meghan, like she has power. No, you're not even looking at Queen Consort Camilla. I mean, I call her the kingdom digger. Some people go for gold digger. No, she goes for kingdom digger. And she did a doggone good job. She did a real good job. But, you know, putting Duchess Meghan has nothing to do with that. She's been over, what, in the States for how many years? And her husband are making on their own. They're not asking for any royal anything except for when they come back to the UK to provide protection. And the fact that King Charles won't even do that, man, hey. If you say you have family problems and you have issues with, you know, with your parents or your pops, you got issues with your pops. Just imagine on the level of Prince Harry. No comparison. No comparison. And then you talk about problems with your brother. Imagine your brother is next in line to be king. Oh my God. He's like, look, deuces, I'm out. And then you're out there making a way for yourself. You and your wife are making a way for yourself, and you got your charities, and you're actually doing it, and you're making a and you're doing great work to help the world in whatever country you come in contact with, and you are next in throne to the monarch, and you will run, well, you're running the duchy, part of the duchy, but the Commonwealth. And when you look at your Commonwealth, you find out that you're a slumlord. Yes. But Prince Harry is doing what he can along with Duchess Meghan and Princess Meghan by way of Nigeria. Oh man, by way of Nigeria. And they're doing some great work, and you won't even check out Jamaica. You won't even check out Australia. Was like, yo, Queen Consort Camilla, get out and take your husband with you. No, they didn't say that, but it's getting to that point. But it's they're just getting it handed to them. They are. And this right here is, wow. And here somebody put down okay, the caliphate when, okay, the reefs have been laid after all the years. Kate's name didn't appear alongside of Williams on the reefs, nor did she have her own reef. This is something. And yeah, I gotta say, it is a big statement from William. My thing is this, William, you didn't have to marry her. You didn't have to marry her, but you chose to. I mean, that was your choice. Your choice. But, you know, I digress on that. Now, who's next? I was talking about yesterday Prince Andrew and him finding money to pay to live in the royal what is it, the royal cottage palace. And now he says that he can stay there, and now he found a lease up until until 2075. That's how long he has a lease. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm like, hey, what marketable skills do you have, Prince Andrew, or Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew? I'm sitting here thinking, and then I come across some information that he threatened to write a tell-all book. So if Prince Harry's Spare did well, which it did, and he and Prince Andrew is on the inside. He's a part of the, what is it called, the counselors of state. He would know about Princess Catherine and her cancer. He would know all the ins and outs because he's there looking at it firsthand. So I wonder if there was a little blackmail on that part. I'm just saying, I'm just asking. Was there a little blackmail saying, hey, if you don't do this, I'll write a tell-all book. You better leave me alone, brother. Leave me alone, or I'm going to tell all the secrets. And if you think the stuff that you and Queen Consort Camilla, I'll tell even more because I was there for it all. Quite interesting. Quite interesting as far as a turn of events. Now, let me see. Let me take that out. Now, I can't. I have to bring this up. I do. Now, I do like Prince Harry. I do. I think he's a better part of Princess Diana. It seems like Prince William is a better part of King Charles. I don't know, but I thought it was quite interesting, the list, right? And this list came out like what? Oh, last week sometime here, October 5th, right? And they're talking about the P. Diddy, all the celebrities connected with P. Diddy's Fricka Office parties and the white parties, right? And as you go down the list, it goes through. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, here. It goes through Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Kanye West, Kim. These are the people that you would expect to be there. Now, him, Leonardo DiCaprio, is a complete dirtbag. His GOAT, man, check out my earlier videos about 2 years ago when the Fugees, Michael Pals, and he was tried on the federal level for something about this Chinese spy that went to Malaysia and stole several $1 billion or billions from the country, fled to the US. And I mean, it was wild. Leonardo DiCaprio was in the mix of that. It wasn't just him, but Leonardo, he gave back the Wolf of Wall Street. That spy gave him the money to do it. So he's a dirtbag. But here it goes down: Michelle Obama, Jesse Jackson, Andrew Cuomo, Cory Booker, what a dirtbag. Bill Clinton, I never voted for him at all. But it gets to the royals, and here, wow. Prince Albert of the Second of Monaco, Princess Madeline of Sweden. I mean, she really, wait a minute, she wait a minute. She went to, I don't know what it was in the water over there in wherever she was at. But if I have my royals correct, she's what, 50, 51. She had her children. She's divorced. She's not in line for the throne, nor is her husband or her ex-husband. But they got their divorce, and she went to the US on the eastern seaboard side, and got with a black guy. I'm not talking about an average black guy. I'm a dark-skinned guy. That happens to be a shaman. I'm like, a shaman, but they got married. So her being on the list, doing all that, I mean, upsetting the goodness, I know, man, oh man, oh man. But as it goes down, Halle Bieber, oh man, there's so right wrong with that. But here, Prince Harry, right? While Prince Harry had attended numerous exclusive, including those high-profile Hollywood guests. Now my thing is this: you got Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, and Princess Charlotte of Monaco. Now you got them right there, but you're not talking about the main one. I got to show you. Prince William was there. Prince William was there. And to simply say it was only Prince Harry, Princess Beatrice, Princess Eugenia, which I'm a little surprised at them right there. I'm really surprised when you look at Prince Andrew. I'm a little surprised on that. But to leave out Prince William while he was there, and I was trying to find photos of them knighting some of these rappers. Like, why are you selling these titles? Are you selling them? I mean, what? I mean, I wanted to know. For the lady down the hallway, she wanted to know. I'm just simply asking so I could give her the information. So, Prince William was there. Who knows how many times he was at those frika offras? Who knows? But to simply say that Prince Harry was there, yeah, you too. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm not, and the baby oil. Well, I don't know what to say. I truly don't know what to say. But just to leave out Prince William, who's going to be the crown, he is the crown prince in line shortly to be king. Yes, you were there. I don't even want to know the wild things you were up to. Just okay. Let me see. Do I want to bring this up? Okay, I was going to bring up a video that I did yesterday, but no, I'm going to leave that out because I already said a lot. So, I mean, with Esme Bianco shenanigans and wanting DA Gascon to put Manson in jail. I mean, the only thing what he did to you, Esme, and you were down with it. You dated him, you got some benefits out of it, and he was done. Now that he was done, now all of a sudden you're broke. Boom. I'm after you. Give me some more money. And if he were to do that, you would continuously be threatening him over and over with lawsuits. You'll be coming up with, yes, I saw him put a dog in a cage with a rabbit. He's into dog fighting. I mean, who knows what else she will come up with? What what Esme will come up with when it comes to Marilyn Manson, because he paid her off once, then she couldn't make a go of it. Who wants to touch her? Nobody wants to work with her. You better go. I would strongly suggest this, Esme, because you're toxic. You and Amber Heard. Well, Amber Heard is beyond toxic, but you're not that far from her. It would be dangerous for men to be anywhere around you because what type of stories you would concoct and then damage their careers, damage their reputations, and maybe throw them in jail if they don't give you money. I mean, look, Look, get a job. Go work with feminists. There are companies that have all women. Go there. Go there so that you can't destroy anybody else. That is just my take on it. And then the women who really have issues, allow them to come forward. But all this stuff that you're throwing out there, nope, nope, nope. And it seems like the royal house, the royal family, is falling apart. It's falling apart. And two people can really sit back and laugh because Prince Harry said they lost the narrative. Lost the narrative. Now, some people are saying that the royal family only uphold white supremacy. Okay. Who knows? There may be some truth to that. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not looking at the laws, what they're allowing the parliament to pass. I don't know what the Council of States, what their policies and what they're putting through. I don't know. But if you look at the land, what they are the landlord of and how they haven't developed it, and Prince William is not showing or paying taxes, throw him out just for that. But on that note, please like and subscribe. Please do that. And then if you want to really help me, because one of the Rangers got my channel demonetized, and you're like, how do you know, Big Girl Diary? I know because I've been talking a lot about Marilyn Manson, Evan Rachel Wood, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, been talking about big girls, all types of stuff. The LGBTQ community, talked about that. But then I get a strike. I get demonetized when I start talking about the royal family, and I was supporting Harry. So it is what it is. So if you really want to jump out the proverbial window, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Big Girl Diary, all helps. And I'm working hard to get my monetization back. So